good, y'all? This is Salim Collins. This is Truly Health for the podcast. The podcast is truly designed for you. Thank you guys for another episode. Before we start this episode, I just want to say thank you to all the supporters that like, subscribe, and share the episodes each and every week. We really do appreciate it. And also, y'all been going crazy on the hats. We officially sold out of the black and also the tan snapback hats. Appreciate y'all. In just 2 weeks, we've done that. That's a new feat for a new company, man. I really do appreciate all y'all. For those that have not got your hats yet, we have the blue and we also have the red hats on the website. So y'all go ahead and check that out and be a part of the movement. So today, y'all, we're going to jump right into it. I got a question for y'all. Is pain really good? Something I've been pondering on for a while. I think pain is actually good, right? Pain is needed, if I'm being honest, just in this thing that we call life in general, right? Pain is a natural function or alert that our body gives us to yield us, stop us from danger, right? Or death in some aspects, right? And I think it's so vitally important. In our society, we are always reading self-help books and different gurus, and people are saying run away from pain or don't have to deal with your pain. Or, well, some people say deal with your pain, but a lot of people want to make these fairy tales up about life should always be happy and there should be nothing wrong and things that go wrong in life. And honestly, y'all, I'm gonna just be honest. In my opinion, I think that's just not true. That's just being real. Like, I really honestly think that pain is necessary and needed for our day-to-day lives, right? If I'm being totally honest and transparent with y'all, Truly Health for the podcast does not happen and does not exist if I didn't go through a level of pain, right? Pain that I'm still dealing with right now and pain that I've already have gone to the other side of. And I think that's very valuable and important. And pain can also be a tool. Some of the greatest things or inventions in the world have come from people suffering through some type of pain. Physical pain or even just a mental pain, right? And I think it's super dope. Like, for example, think about if we didn't have pain. Pain allows a kid when they're growing up, right? The stove is hot. Without you touching that stove and your hand actually burning or whatever body part you put on that stove, the child doesn't know that the stove is hot, right? That's our body naturally telling us, whoa, this is harmful to us or to you, so pull away from it, right? Pain works the same exact way from the mental standpoint or things in life. How do I put this in an example? Say you're in a relationship and that person that you're in a relationship with hurts you, right? That pain is severe and it does hurt, but it's also needed because now you know what type of person or what type of thing that is just too much for you, what you can and cannot handle. And pain allows us to get these kind of guards or bumpers, if you will, to let us know what our boundaries are, how much we can handle of something and how much we can't handle of something, right? And I think that's what we got to understand and stop running from pain. Like, pain is a thing. And it's not pleasant. We all know that, right? You experience pain, I experience pain. And it's not pleasant, but it's something that we shouldn't run from. Because regardless if we try to run from the pain or we deal with the pain head on, the pain is still going to be the pain. It's still going to happen regardless, right? So I think we need to change our mindset. So at least it's in my opinion. I think that we all should change our mindsets on the outlook of pain. It's not so necessarily much of a bad thing, but also mainly an opportunity, honestly, to give you some type of clear direction, right? Some type of guide. And I think that's what pain naturally does for us as human beings in general. It gives us that natural guide or that natural compass or whatnot to let us know, oh, danger over there. Let's go to the left, right? Or this person is not really a good person because I can feel how they make me feel, and that's painful to me, right? And so we know that we need to cut ties from that person, right? Or from a physical standpoint, all my people that work out, shout out to my boy, Check In. You know what I'm saying? Those people work out every day, Fit Friends. I know they understand the value of pain because these guys and women work out every single day, training their bodies and pushing their bodies to its toughest ability. There's no way their bodies get stronger without feeling some type of discomfort, aka pain. Right? So even though that you're going in the weight room and you lifting these reps, if it was easy, that means you're not actually absolutely not getting stronger. It's when you feel some type of discomfort, right? Some type of force, some type of pushback. And then after you finish your sets and you go home, it's hard for you to sleep sometimes at night with that pillow. You know, everybody that work out, y'all know, y'all do arm day. You lean on that pillow too hard, that arm lock up on you. I'm trying to tell you, it's a different type of thing. But also, in that pain, you also know that the next time you go at it, you'll be stronger again. You'll be more stronger than the last time. That's what pain is, guys. We got to start running away from pain. Pain is inevitable. It's going to happen. Life is full of problems anyway. It's just the way that we perceive things and how we deal with those things when they come on our front doorstep is how exactly we're going to deal with things in life. That's just, I think that's just life lesson 101, right? And we have this thing in our society now that where everything in life is supposed to be all flowers and roses, and you're supposed to be in this great relationship, and you're never supposed to have any trials or tribulations with your partner, or you're always supposed to agree, or they're always supposed to do the right thing and know when to say and how to say it and when to say it and what to do. And that's just not realistic, guys. Let's just be honest with you. That's just not realistic. Our problems come with pain, and that pain makes us better human beings if done correctly. Now, some people take pain on the other end of the spectrum and kind of like wither away in like this self-pity type of vibe or whatever like that. Oh my God, I'm feeling pain. Why am I feeling pain? I shouldn't be feeling pain. Or it seems like the pain is not subsiding and you feel like it's just too much and it's overbearing. And I'm here to tell you right now, it does go away. Going back to my analogy with you lifting weights, like eventually your body builds its callus up to where now when you do certain exercises at that certain weight, because you're getting stronger, the pain is not the same. The level is higher and pain does is different from that aspect. But far as when you were benching at 135 and that was your max out, that becomes your warm up. You won't establish that or get that unless you go through some type of what? Pain. It's very important. And let's just be honest with you. Running away from pain or running away from hard times and circumstances and situations that's going to happen anyway is out of your control, some of them, right? It's going to happen regardless. The longer you delay the pain and dealing with the pain or the situation or how you're feeling, that will ultimately make it worse. Have you guys ever, let's see, for instance, say you hurt your back, right? You picking up something, you hurt your back, right? And you don't tend to it at all. You don't put any ice on it, no heating pad, no cream, no anything, right? You just go along with life with a hurt back. And eventually, over time, if this pain, right, because that's your body's naturally function of letting you know something's hurt, something's harming us, whatever you did, let's not do that again, right? If you don't tend to that particular area or that wound or whatever it may be, does your back not continue to hurt even more? It worsens as time go on when it's not attended to. Y'all, that's the same thing we do in life. You have pain from when you were a kid and you never addressed it. You think that stuff just gonna magically go away without you attending to it? No, that's not realistic. That's not life. You have a situation with your spouse and what they said or what they did hurt your feelings, but you don't talk to them about it and try to, go to the pain and be vulnerable and deal with that particular situation. You think it's just gonna go away? No, you're gonna sweep it under the rug. Everything's gonna be cool in the meantime. That person's gonna do it again because one, you did not tell them that hurt your feelings, and then two, because that wound is still open. Now you erupt, and now your partner's looking at you like, "Dang, they done lost their mind. They crazy." No, it's because you try to run from the pain, the discomfort, the uneasy feeling of having a hard conversation with your spouse about, or your significant other about, what's really bothering you. So this idea that we should just run away from pain and never feel it, or life is just supposed to be this happy-go-lucky fairy tale all the time, it's just not real. I'm not gonna say a hill of beans like I did that last time. That was super country. But I'm just being real with y'all, bro. Like, that's not realistic. That's not real life, right? The only way we even get to us, when most people, you know how it is. Let me break it down. You know how it is when you first feel some type of discomfort, right? Like you're used to a certain area in your life, and then you move to the next phase of your life. There's some discomfort in that. I'm in that moment right now. My life was a certain way before. Now I'm transitioning my life in another phase that God has for me, right? Hence this podcast. I didn't even know this was going to be a thing, and this is not even what I actually wanted to do at first, right? But in my pain, in my suffering, in me trying to figure things out, I fell across something that I love so dearly, which is podcasting. And not for the simple fact that it makes me feel good, but also from all the inboxes and all the messages and all of everything, the encounters and stuff, this is truly helping people. No pun intended. But it really is. And initially, this was just for me to just sit and talk about what I was going through with for my children at a later date, right? But in the midst of me doing this right now, it's helping hundreds of people. And I'm just saying hundreds right now because that's how many, from a line standpoint of people that reached out to me, we're in the hundreds of people on a week to week basis saying what I said really helped them and resonated with them, right? So if that's what this is all about, this is my calling, and I'm cool with that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's very important. So you just have to embrace pain and stop running from it, y'all. Without us going through these things, again, you don't open new opportunities. That's just what it is. You don't become self-aware. You don't understand you as a real person. Somebody that never goes through any trials, tribulations, or any pain does not know how to actually live and be a real person. Can we agree on that? Not saying that you should go out here and try to search for pain and search for discomfort, and I'm not saying that. If by all means, if God lets you just float on through life and everything's good and grand and dandy and you good with that, then by all means, say a prayer for me, because that means you got some good stuff going on. But you know what I'm saying? But if not, and you're like 99% of the world, we got problems. We got pain. People that we love to death eventually do transition and perish. And we got to deal with that. My father, right, that's sitting over my shoulder right here, he passed. That was pain. Here I was thinking that, well, it's just my dad, right? So, like, I should be able to get over this thing pretty easily. Me and him had a great relationship, but that was built on, if I'm being honest, it was built on pain, right? Like, it was built on a certain childhood of my childhood where my dad was just kind of up and down, right? Like, he was my favorite person at one point, then he like wasn't, then he was, and then he wasn't. So, you know what I'm saying? So as I got to it as an adult, I'm gonna be honest, me and him was at odds. And it was my brother Omari saying, like, bro, you need to make sure that you fix the relationship with you and dad. You know what I'm saying? That's like our only dad that we got. You know what I'm saying? We only get one dad. You need to do that. Shout out to Omari. I was with my dad the whole time until he passed, right? And he died of cancer. And so dealing with the pain that I had to deal with and confront him about certain things that I felt that he did or did not do correctly when I was a child, having that conversation and being vulnerable and going through that made me more self-aware about myself. Questions that I had about myself, of how I feel about certain things, it's in a sense it set me free, right? When coming to that and running to that pain, right? Dealing with it head on with the person I need to deal with. And then when he passed, that's another form of pain, because now this person that at one point wasn't even my favorite person in the world. Hence, in looking at it in hindsight, he was probably one of the most important people in my life ever, and continues to be, right? Hence, why I always have him up here. The person on this side, y'all, is my grandfather. He passed, I want to say 2 to 3 years before my father did. When my father was out helping the community and stuff like that, my grandfather played the role of being my father, me and my brother's father. So he was my father figure. My grandfather was like my dad for a long time, right? So dealing with that pain of losing him and all the wisdom and just being a good-hearted person, literally. Like, I've never met a more genuine person than my grandfather ever. I haven't come across anybody like that. Somebody that has no ill will ever. Even when you do him dirty, he still is gonna help you. That's crazy to me. I thought that was wild, but also and then when I was younger, I thought that meant he was weak. And as I got older, I realized how much powerful he was than everybody else because he had the ability to still do that and serve people, right? So I just try to emulate myself to get myself to that aspect and that height of just humanity where he was at. But I wouldn't understand all these things if I didn't go through all this pain. Because now while I'm on my journey, and I'm sure you are too, going on your journey is being self-aware and knowing who you are as a person, you have to look at that wound, tend to that wound. Because you looking away and not figuring these things out and trying to really dig deep and figure yourself out, you ultimately lead yourself to more and more pain, and it's going to just make it worse over time, all right? So, y'all, the main focus of what I'm talking about today is pain is needed, pain is necessary, pain is how we get better as human beings and as people in general. So don't run away from pain, but run to it, handle it, and overcome it. All right? So that's my spiel for the day. I want to let y'all know too, man, this is truly helpful. The podcast is truly designed for you. And I'm going to leave y'all with these words really quick, all right? You can only sweep stuff under the rug to a certain amount of time, right? Until that rug starts to trip you up. Let me say it again. You can only sweep these things under the rug until eventually that rug starts to make you trip. All right? Stop sweeping things under the rug. Make sure you go, handle what you got to handle, go to that pain, deal with that stuff, talk to those people, and let's just be better human beings. All right? So, look, this is Salim Collins, the Truly Helpful the podcast. Remember, go out to this world and be helpful, and I'll see y'all next time. All right? Peace.